樣咧，今日咧就嚟到方朗噶嘛，我哋因為法國嘅 Viard 嗰個老闆咧就嚟咗香港，咁所以咧我今次咧就同阿 Vincent 咧就去做個訪問咁樣嘅。或者阿 Vincent 可唔可以介紹下你自己先咧？
Oh yeah, sure. Nice to be here in Hong Kong for the second time to present my brand, Viard Audio. So I'm Vincent Viard, owner and founder of Viard Audio Design. We're specialized in hi-fi, high-end cables. And I'm here to present the new Platinum line. And also, I think it's good to introduce myself, my background. So I was a former architect. I was building houses in France and also big theater systems. Even I had some time to make own equipment like the cables, like the amplifiers and the speakers. So I learned quite quickly how to make electronics, and I really made a lot of big system that caught attention from lots of people, asking me if I could offer in stores separate products. So I started mainly with the cables, and I founded Viard Audio 10 years ago, offering only first tape in the cable, which was the Silver HD line. Silver HD line, which you can see here. And we started with Silver HD, which had some success quite quickly, and we started to sell in Hong Kong also. And only after that we started to study on another line, which is called the Platinum line, which is Platinum line, yeah. And I'll talk a bit later about the Platinum line because it's really different technology. But about my personal work, I have to say I'm not only architect and engineer. I see cables and electronics more like an artist vision, because we're playing music. So there is not only technology and engineering, there is also human feeling coming through the choice you make when you build a cable. The cable is a choice of engineering, yes, but it's also a choice of feeling when you listen to the different cables, different materials, you have different sound. So we had worked mainly at the beginning on the Silver HD. We have worked on our own copper, and we decided to make different tests when the copper is laminated, and we make the small wires coming from the copper. We make the small wires. We try different cooking. After the cable is laminated, all cables go to oven, and it's called annealing process. And we worked on this and trying to see if different cooking times would bring different sound. And we ended with what we called the CUVHQ, which is our own recipe for cooking and time.
Oh.
Yes, and we decided that we would work on this, and we also had an electrical treatment which called high bias.
No.
Yes, and we made electrical routine current going through the cable, making go high in temperature, and which also brings what we wanted as a soft and warm sound when you listen to the cable. So Silver HD line is all about these two technology. For the Platinum line, we wanted to go higher in quality, but we kept this technology because we thought they were really the Viard audio sound signature, warm sound, deep, and really neutral. But we worked on specific technology. We added what we call solid core technology, and mainly the Silver HD is multi-strand copper. You know, maybe many small copper wires all together. Yeah. This is called multi-strand. This is interesting because it made the cable really flexible, and very interesting when you use them and install them. But when you take measurements, technological measurements, I don't know if we can see the graphics. Yeah, we can even have better measurements if we use solid core, because the geometry of the internal cable is much sharper. There is no little difference inside the geometry, so we get better capacitance, and the better capacitance, flawless capacitance, brings perfect impedance match over all the bandwidth. Yeah, so we tried to work on solid core for all the Platinum cables and made measurements to see and confirm that we could go even further and higher in quality. So it makes the cable a bit harder to move, but it's quite interesting in sound quality. Also, we use for the BNC cable, BNC clock cable, we try to work on something that no one did before. Is that in the coaxial technology, usually the inner cable has different resistance, impedance than the outside shielding, because on the outside you have much more copper. So more copper, less resistance. So you have a difference match between inner resistance and outer resistance. We tried to use a special mix of copper and tin clad aluminium for the outside, so it has a higher resistance, matching exactly the central inner core conductor. So we call it symmetrical impedance matching, and this is really specific to the Platinum BNC, and something you won't find in any other cable. Yeah, this was one of the real feature that makes the difference in technology with the Silver HD. The Silver HD does not match exactly the two conductors. Yeah, because we wanted to go up in quality as much as it was possible. So we really worked on something you could not find anywhere else. Also, we added a third technology to this cable, is the three-axial technology. So you have three layers, different layers of shielding. The two first layers, they usually protect from high frequency pollution. The last one is called floating ground. Floating ground,
Okay.
it means it's connected only to one side of the cable, so it does not modify the internal resistance impedance of the cable and protects it much better. So this is the main last feature of the BNC cable. Why I talk so much about the BNC is because it's a digital cable and a really important because it can really be taken measurements on this one because it's connected with BNC and this BNC allow you to make measurements on the cable because it fits high quality testing equipment for military and we use a specific device to test this cable and in opposition with the hi-fi analogic cable you can take measurements but they don't talk about the quality of the cable but with these specific military testing devices we can tell the return loss in the cable and the return loss in the cable is how much information you will lose when you go up in frequency. So we also can measure exactly the impedance of the cable thanks to the BNC, and so we measured it and we have added the graphic that shows that we have precision of 0.2 ohm up to 2 gigahertz. So it's really a great impedance linearity and we can prove it with the measurements.
咁就大家都清楚Vincent 啱啱介紹咗佢最新嘅 Pentium Porter， 咁其實我自己逐樣試緊嘅，咁而家試緊佢嗰條 Coaxial 嘅，係啦，咁遲啲我會再有個 report 俾翻大家㗎啦。好，咁今日好多謝 Vincent
Thank you。
解釋，
好
嘛 ，OK，咁多謝晒，好，拜拜。
拜拜。